Hey, greetings all. Yeah, right. It's nothing special day today. Just a bit of a vlog of yeah. Didn't have anything planned for today really, but you never know. We could turn into something a little bit different. Probably more of a discussion of photography in general, I suppose. I'm heading to Buckshore, basically it's a sailing club in Swanage, and yeah, it's the. I was a bit reluctant about today because it was obviously that storm coming in. Well, storm been and gone. Didn't hit us too bad. I was thinking it's still probably a bit windy this morning, which it is. As you can probably tell by the hair's blowing a bit all over the place. But I won't be let it put me off because it's not really getting time to get out as often as I want to. With yeah, the main job and the other stuff, it's going to be a bit challenging. But anyway, let's get set up and see what we can get. I'm not going to do a time lapse of this bit, but I wasn't sure whether I was going to stay here or not because it's pretty clear, and I got about 10-15 minutes before sunrise, but I weren't actually going to catch the sunrise. It was literally just for yeah, getting out of it. It is a bit windy, so I'm trying to sort of like keep myself a bit sort of shaded from the wind while trying to find something as well. But yeah, and I'm pretty close to the waves crashing in, so I'm probably going to get wet. But that's the joys of it all, isn't it? It's getting out and just enjoying the surroundings, isn't it, really, isn't it? So, right, let's. I mean, I might probably move a little bit, but let me just get this set up to the first one I might want to get. Oh, that was close. Yeah. So, okay, bit of a question for you. Once you've set up and you've seen the composition that you want, how do you go about doing your settings on your camera for what it is that you want to do? Well, I tell you what, this is the way that I sort of do it. Now, depending on whether I'm doing landscape, whether I'm doing street photography, all depends on what mode and that I'm actually going to use. And I'm going to do a future vid, which is going to be talking about ISO. Now, I know a lot of people talk about ISO, but there is a real handy feature within your camera that a lot of people sort of like tend to overlook or overuse. So that one's coming up very shortly, so you're going to have to subscribe and if you want to see that one. So the thing is what way round do you do things? Do you set your ISO first, or what way around you do it? Well, the thing is what you need to look at is you've got to look at what it is that you're trying to achieve first. So, for example, here, I'm not too bothered about the movement in the water because I'm not capturing the movement in the water. So my shutter speed and everything is not as important. So I'm going to do the aperture first. So for like this one that we've set up, well, the buildings that are there on that right hand side, the horizon is on that lower left third, and when that sun finally starts to come up, I should get some nice light on them buildings. That's what I'm going to be after. So my aperture is going to be the priority. So I can either, if I'm doing this in full manual, I'll set the aperture first, which is actually what I'm going to do. I'll do this one in full manual. So let's get the aperture set first. Then you're going to think about, you want to keep your ISO as low as possible. Don't ever worry about ISO. If you need to increase it, but you want to keep it as low as possible. So I'm going to set my shutter speed to whatever I'm going to feel is then comfortable. And then the ISO is your last thought. So for on this one, that was damn close. So yeah, so on this one we've gone f11. The shutter speed I've set at 140. I know our ISO is at 200 at the moment. It's still a little bit dark. It's not too high, but it's, yeah, I could actually shoot this one handheld if I wanted to, because your shutter speed is around about that 40th of a second. So that's pretty much the way you've sort of got to look at it, is you've got to look at what is your priority. And that's where you have the modes on your camera, your aperture priority and your shutter priority, because depending on what it is that is the main part of the, you know, your exposure, that's the way that it is. I always tend to use ISO is the last. That is the one to get your exposure right. Okay, so this isn't really happening what or how I thought it was going to, which is sometimes the way. Because now this great big cloud has just come right the way across, which is now going to block the light from going over onto me buildings. I don't know. Let me know what you think of this. Yeah, I've got a bit of a choice to make now. I can either wait for that sun to probably peek through, or I can move. There's always decisions to make, isn't there? Always decisions. And you know, most of the time, I always end up choosing the wrong one. So there we go, that was yeah, pretty good to stand around and wait for that actual sun to break through, and managed to get the one that I actually wanted. And I actually ended up not recording very much in the end, because I got chatting to another photographer who was down there. He's actually from Ireland, and very nice chap. He's actually just loading his van up just now. Let's see if we can, you know, he's over in his, yeah. Till the next time, take care. Stay safe. I'll see you soon.